What is up, Rocket Nation? Welcome back. Thank you all for joining me on this fine Tuesday afternoon for another day of PoE 2. Some more Path of Exile. I almost called it Pillars of Eternity. PoE, the other PoE, the Path of Exile 2. A game that I have truly begun to fall in love with. Last night, later on after I played a little bit with Captain Smalls last night, we ended up I sort of got him caught up to where I was at with my second character. And then after he had went to bed, I didn't want to get too far ahead of him, so I had stopped and I said, you know what, I'm going to try something different tonight. I want to try a new class. So I jumped on another class. It was the monk. And I had created a monk, but I never actually did anything with the monk. I think I maybe got it to like level 2. And I ended up trying out a hardcore character. Hardcore SSF is what it's called, which means solo self-found, which means it's a hardcore. If you die, you're permanently dead. And it's everything that you get is found by yourself. You can't get it through trading or anything like that. And I immediately began to fall in love with it. The hardcore solo self, there's such urgency to not die. And I had some very, very close calls with that monk. But I think I got to, I want to say, you guys remember the vine area that we had been to? Was it yesterday or the day before? There was like vines and a lot of creatures that were charging us. We also did the hunt there, a side quest called the hunt, where we killed an optional boss that was using a bell as a weapon. That place, I made it to that. I never actually completed that quest or anything, but I got past essentially Draven, the Countess, and the guy you have to beat to leave the cemetery. Those are 3 pretty decent bosses right there, and I got by them. So I had a lot of fun with it, and I thought, you know what? I kind of want to give this a try on stream. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a switch up today. We have been just running on our rogue, and I have an idea in my mind for a class. I've been thinking about this for like the last 3 or 4 days. Well, it's only been about 2 days. Ever since the day, was it 2 days ago, I noticed that there are 2 different weapons that you could have. And I don't like the Rangers ascendancies. Now, you guys don't know what probably a lot of you guys don't know what ascendancies are yet, but essentially the class that you pick is essentially not going to be the class that you end up being. You end up ascending to your final form at the end, towards the end of the game. And so you have a choice between 2 different ascendancies right now in the early access for each one of the classes. So essentially, while you do have only 6 classes, there are 2 ascendancies for each of those classes. So technically, in the end game, you have 12 different classes that are in early access. Once this comes out of early access, there will be 12 classes, all with 3 ascendancies, essentially making it 36 classes by end game that we'll be able to play in. So definitely a lot of replayability there. But I've been having in my mind this idea of starting out as the guy with a crossbow. What is that? Mercenary? And maybe stepping, like sort of splitting that mercenary into a ranger as well. So you can essentially have 2 weapons. All of these skills that we've been using, they aren't linked to us from what I understand. They're linked to the weapons. So once we put on a bow, we then magically are able to start learning the same skills that we've been learning for the ranger right now. And I was like, dude, and it's got my head rolling. I'm like, dude, okay, I can see where this could be very cool. It's something that I want to try out. But the way I understand hardcore is if you do die in hardcore, you have an option to roll it over into a softcore character. So while you do lose your character, your hardcore character permanently, you do get to transfer it over to softcore. So I was thinking we might try hardcore today. We'll see how far we get. We could die within the first 10 minutes. I have no idea. I played a little bit of the mercenary. I wasn't too impressed with the mercenary from what I had seen, but I really didn't give it a chance to. Now that I know how much more is down the road, there's probably ways that could open up and be absolutely amazing as well. But yeah, that's the plan for today. We're going to try a new solo solo hardcore, I'm sorry, hardcore solo SF run. So essentially, like, this is a permadeath mode. And yeah, we'll see how far we actually end up getting in this. Tall and Thin, how are you? It's good to see you, buddy. What up, man? How are you? It says, hey, I hope your week is going well. I've had a better week. I'm not gonna lie, I've had a better week. How's the game? The game is fucking awesome, man. The game is very cool. Love it, and I want to play more of it all the time. I ended up probably playing it till about 5 o'clock last night in the morning. I was not feeling good, of course. Other bad news as far as the sickness goes, it's looking like it's COVID. So that's a real big bummer, because it means I can't go to work for the next 3 days. We have COVID, what do you call them? I'm just debating on this. I'm like, man, you know, maybe I should just hide it or something like that and just not tell somebody that it's COVID. That way I can go to work. But I was thinking about this last night. I'm like, dude, if fucking I go to work, I put my hands all over fucking vegetables and shit that go on fucking shelves, and I get somebody fucking sick and they go home and fucking die or some shit from fucking COVID, that's on me, you know. And I might not ever know that, but when I reach the maker, you know, I'm gonna stand there being judged. That'll be, you know, you were too selfish to fucking not go into work. But I have a feeling I gotta call and see what our COVID protocol is now for work. But yeah, it's looking like which is a huge bummer, because I already don't have money for Christmas, and this just magnifies that to 100 now. So it's gonna be a rough Christmas is all I'll say, because essentially I'm gonna be missing out on a whole week's worth of work. It's a rough one, pretty shitty, but it is what it is, you know. What can you do? You get sick, there ain't much else you can do. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. I think we're gonna try out the solo hardcore SSF build. We're gonna try that today. So let me fire up the game here. Let's get her going. Yeah, I ended up running a fever pretty much most of the night last night. Not too high, like 101, if that. A couple of times that I had checked it, it was like 100.7. You know, it's something like that. It's not very high. Not a bad fever, but definitely feeling it. Let's just put it that way. Log me in, bro. So I'm thinking that what we do is, I think this was my solo SSF monk that I have right now. So you can see that it says hardcore SSF league right here. The standard is just, you know, like your normal playthrough kind of deal. So I'm thinking that we re-roll Throbbing Hood, and we're gonna re-roll Throbbing Hood and make him a hardcore. All right, I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's delete this guy. Yes, play. We're probably not gonna be doing much as far as listening to a lot of the story stuff on this run, because obviously we've already played a lot of the story. What? Excuse me? What was that? Did I swear I hit create? Maybe I didn't. Hardcore. Okay. We want mercenary.
Hired hand. Wanted in Oriath, you fled like a coward. Every life
Throbbing Hood.
And your crossbow has kept your coin purse full.
All right, this one, ammunition. Switch between varied crossbow ammunition. Adapt to your enemy behavior. Exploit their weaknesses. Elemental rounds. Use cold to freeze them. Use fire rounds to set them aflame. Unleash cascading lightning bolts. That's pretty awesome right there. And then versatile range. Adept and enemy behavior. Pick them off from afar. Destroy any that get close. So I was thinking mercenary because, like I said, I've had this idea of like sort of melding a mercenary with a what do you call it? Get up on the screen. With a ranger, like melding the two of them together and essentially having a mercenary that uses a bow and a crossbow. So we're gonna try this. Hardcore characters, please note that dead hardcore characters cannot be restored for any reason, including game bugs or internet lag. Oh, wow. Are you sure you want to create one? Wow. Internet lag means nothing is what I had heard. Character with that. What? Did someone steal my name already? Yes, they did.
Quickly, stop him! Take down the degenerate!
Take down the degenerate. Let's do this. All right, let's hope we don't die to the first boss, WASD, of course. I should have put this in the title, actually. Hold on one second. There. Now anybody that's looking up in the category will know that this is a solo SSF run. All right, let's do this. Hey, I'm gonna punch shit until they're dead.
By the first ones, you're alive. I'm glad to see another of them now. I would appreciate it if you could.
Shut up, get bit. So I can get my crossbow, bitch.
Reach Clearfell. Find the pillar.
Yup, Clearfell.
Well, that was unexpected. I have to find this Miller bloke.
Undead wretch!
Now I think what we're gonna do as far as this character goes is we are going to really try and clear most of the areas to get as many levels as we can along the way and hope for some good drops, because if we don't get the drops, we're kind of going to be in a situation where we're going to be making the game harder for us. So essentially what we want to do is essentially not move on to the harder areas until we're 100% certain that we're prepared for them. Because obviously this is, if we're dead, we're dead. That's it. Where the hell we got to go? Oh, down here. There was a little pathway down here. It's interesting to me that all of this is procedurally generated. Oh, got a helm. What you got, son? Put it on, wear it around. 29 armor on that one. Here's our first skill. It's gonna be fragmentation rounds. We can do this, right? I don't want it on that one. The game makes you put it on that one. All right, so there it is. That's fragmentation rounds. I to open up your inventory, it says. G to go to gem. Oh, I did put it in the wrong one. There it goes. There it is. So it's like a shotgun blast. And it uses up our mana in order to be able to fire these fragmentation rounds. So essentially it's like a shotgun. It's the shotgun blast. Okay. 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 I hate these little crab deals. What? Don't worry about it. I'm all good, bitch. Come on, man. Why does it make you do that? So what do? I right click to... No, I have to press 2 to switch to my other ammo. Okay.
Not dead yet.
So what we want to do is actually... Let's do this. We're going to make right click the main ammo. So you're not essentially switching like your... These aren't skills you're hitting. They're actually ammunitions that you're switching between. Is the way you got to think of it. Just kind of different way of looking at it, right? Hold on one second. Gold, I'll take that.
Weak animal.
He called him a weak animal. Oh, I hate these things. They remind me of those things in the woods, too, that shoot the poison at you. I don't like them either. Excuse me? Is I hitting them or hitting the tree? What's up, Boogie? How are you? Oh, yeah, we got a skill point. All right, so let's take a look at this skill tree. So we know that this skill tree and this skill tree, this is the one for the ranger, are essentially side by side. So there's going to be opportunities for us to jump from one to the other and sort of combine these. How are you feeling today? Boogie feeling worse today. It's looking like it's COVID-19. I got the C19. I'll go up the C19. It's not good. Feeling worse today, actually. I don't know how I made it to stream on time today. And to be honest, I have zero clue. So we got to start here. I think we're going to go with projectile. Oh, we got armor and evasion. So it kind of mixes between the evasion, all evasion of the, what do you call it? The hell is this? The ranger. And then the warrior. The warrior has armor. So this is like the mix of the two of them, it looks like. So probably strength. I'm assuming we're going to see strength and dexterity mixed. Yeah, right there. Strength and dexterity mixed. Oh, no, you got the Ronas. I do. I think we're going to go projectile strength, though. All the way. We got to start somewhere, right? Where are we going? I feel like we need to establish that. Where are we going? Increase projectile damage. Stun buildup against enemies within 2 meters. That's pretty close. I don't think I want to be within. The whole point of doing this class, too, was kind of to stay at range and be a little more safe. Hits against you have a 20% reduced critical damage bonus, 20% increased armor and evasion rating, and +5 to strength and dexterity. Accuracy rating with one-hand melee weapons. Oh, so you could do melee weapons with this too? I mean, I guess you could do melee weapons with anything, but 15% increased projectile damage. Projectiles have a 10% chance to chain to another enemy. 10% chance increased area of effect and cooldown recovery. That one could be really good. 40% increased flask life recovery rate. Regenerate 0.75% of life. 15% increased chance to inflict ailments. Breaks 30% increased armor on enemies afflicted by ailments. That's pretty good. That one's pretty good. That's the danger of working with the public like we do, says Boogie. Yeah, absolutely. Which it blows. That's what I was telling everybody here at the beginning of the stream, man. It sucks, man, because I'm essentially gonna have to call off all week. I gotta call and see what our COVID-19 protocols are right now, but I'm pretty sure it means I'm done for the week. I think I have to actually have a test come back that's not positive in order to be able to go back to work, so. Yeah, that fucking blows. Don't have the money to spare to call in, that's for sure. What do we have out here? A life, ooh, 20% increased amount of life leached, 40% increased armor and evasion rating while leeching. That's pretty cool. While leeching. Anything that we're killing, we should be leeching, right? That's pretty dope right there. That fucking sucks, man. I'm sorry. Hey, what can you do, Boogie? That's life, man. That's life. We'll make it through. 80% increased critical hit chance if you haven't dealt a critical hit recently. That seems ridiculous. Boogie, thank you for the 100 biddies, my dude. He said, fuck those Ronas. Fuck those Ronas. Thank you, Boogie, for the 100 biddies, my dude. I appreciate you. I love you, man. Last night was rougher than the night before. Even though I felt worse the night before, last night I couldn't sleep and I began wheezing while I was breathing. It was pretty rough. Blade Fury increased attack speed with dual dual wielding? What, you can dual wield? I mean, I guess you could if you put 2 one-handed weapons on, right? Can I use 2? Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. No, I think this is considered a two-handed weapon, right? I think a bow, a two-handed weapon, and a crossbow are all considered two-handed weapons. I almost had a moment. I was like, dude, can I have 2 crossbows and blow this whole game wide open? Luke Chin, what is up? How are you? Welcome in. Good to see you. What up, though? Accuracy rating. Reduced attack speed. I'm kind of trying to plot my path up this, the tree here right now. I kind of want to know what I should be. I feel like that's really good. So maybe moving our way up here. Let's just go projectile damage through this one. That's stun buildup. Projectile damage to 10% chance to chain to enemies. I kind of like coming over here for maybe the area of effect, and that'd be 5. Oh, that's cooldown recovery rate. Cooldown recovery rate, cooldown recovery rate. Maybe we just go straight down the damage line. Come up here, and then we can make our way over to these. I don't think we're going to deal with anything over there. Yeah, I'm thinking we might come over to these because these are really good. Increased stun recovery. If we end up getting stunned a lot, we can take that then. The life leech I really like. Life leech is pretty dope. Keep us alive. Yeah, I say we go with that. I think we're going to go right up the gut here. Apply that point. All right, let's hope we don't die before we get there. Just so everybody knows, we are doing a switch up today. Today is, this is going to be our solo SSF run right now. So we're going to be doing a hardcore solo SSF run, which means that if our character dies, they are dead for good. No more bringing them back to life kind of deal. Boogie, thank you so much, dude.
Real Boogie man, get you some coffee on me, lol.
Boogie, thank you for the $10 tip, man. You're fucking awesome, man. I appreciate you. You didn't have to do that, man, but I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Big thank you, Boogie. That's huge, man. Thank you. Said, what an absolute legend. What a legend this guy is. Pop, pop, pop. Boogie, I appreciate you, man. Gooman says, staying alive. Oh, we're at the first boss fight, aren't we? What? That can't be it already, right? Is that it? That is. We've discovered everything along here. All right, so we really have to scour each of the areas a lot, too. All right, so one is going to be our shotgun. So we're just going to bam.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm glad the game didn't get me killed there. We're just going to shoot through all of them. Listen, bud. I can't shoot right now. What's going on? There it goes. Oh, I was out of mana. That's why.
Dodge this!
We're clearly not going to die to the first guy, right? Like, that's never going to happen, right? It would never, ever happen. All right. Oh! Wow. I don't know how we got hit by that, but we did. We lived.
I fought some big buggers before, but blimey.
Wow, we got a lesser mana flask right away. Yeah, we got some good gear right off the bat, it looks like. We want stuff with armor and evasion on it, right? I think that's what we're going for. So this, I guess we're gonna go for armor right now. And we got a new mana flask right off the bat. 57% more recovery if used while on low mana, 27% increased charges. So that has 77 charges compared to the 60 here. Nice. Nice.
Well done. Please.
At least now I have the movie trailer voice. Welcome. And a day.
Well, doubt these folk will have much gold.
Oh, there's Renly. All right, we're going to skip through the dialogue. We've already heard this now.
There's a beast. Now, if you could
So we have an
channel
uncut
violence
skill
against
gem.
this devourer, as Finn calls it.
Armor
We'd be
piercing
indebted to
rounds.
you.
Load your crossbow with a clip of bolts that can be fired rapidly and break enemy armor. Using this skill again reloads the clip. Okay. Hits break one armor, knocks back enemies. Permafrost bolts. Load your crossbow with icy bolts that fragment in flight, damaging enemies on hit in a small cone behind their final target. The icy coating on the bolts makes them extremely potent at freezing enemies. Oh, okay. All right, so what we had read in the beginning was essentially you want to freeze them and then shoot them with fragmentation rounds. Is that what it is? That's what it said at the very beginning, basically. Boogie says, Rockitsauce, Draven is going to be singing in the Christmas show tonight for choir. Oh, no way. No way. Is he nervous? Don't be. He's a fucking legend. Draven, are you nervous? Don't be. You're a fucking legend. Goob says, am I being a bit rude? But hello, everyone. I am gaming at the same time. You are not being rude, Goobin. It's often the way we all watch streams a lot of time is we're playing a game while we're watching. Not rude at all, Goobin. You never rude. And then the last class, or the next skill we have here is Explosive Grenade. Fires a bouncing grenade that unleashes a devastating fiery blast when the fuse expires. Converts 80% of physical damage to fire damage. Explosion radius is 1.8 meters. Fuse duration is 2.5 seconds.
Explosive grenades have a long fuse, but deal devastating damage if you can catch enemies in the blast.
Oh, that's pretty nasty, isn't it?
Explosive grenades have a long fuse, but deal devastating damage if you can catch enemies in the blast.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Explosive grenades have a long fuse.
What
but
up,
deal
Gun?
devastating-
How are you?
Permafrost bolts shatter on impact, hitting enemies behind
That's pretty
the
nice
target.
too, ain't it?
This attack is very effective at freezing enemies. This is an ammo skill. Use it to change your bolts, then use basic attack to fire. Armor-piercing rounds can break enemy armor. Look out for this symbol that indicates an armored enemy.
Huh.
And this symbol that indicates the armor is broken.
Broken. Your arm
This
is
an
broken.
ammo-
Boy, I'm kind of leaning towards these, right? I could use this could be nice as well. But I'm kind of leaning towards this. I would think this to be combined with this and sort of use these both. It would almost be like a shotgunner then at that point, wouldn't it? Boogie says, no, he's not really nervous at all. No, he shouldn't be. He's a fucking legend. He'll fucking kill it. I guarantee it. Shh, I'd be nervous. I would be. You got your whole choir though that's got your back, right? Let me just play. How are you? It's good to see you. What up, though? How's it going, bud? It is going good. Good enough. Boy, I kind of like this one. How are you feeling today? Worse today. It looks like I got COVID-19. I tested positive for it today, so yeah. Not good. I feel worse today than I did yesterday for sure. I hopped myself up on the Tylenol extra strengths though to keep my fever away for the stream, and we'll see how this goes. Thank you. Let me just play. I appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. Let's do. I'm thinking we do this. You know what? We're gonna get a bunch of them, right? I'm just thinking what is good for the very beginning. Let's do this. Because we do have a boss fight coming up, right? Whoops, I don't know why. Put it away. Put this here. Take this. That's on 2 then? 2. Right there.